Hello, my lovely Pisces. This is going to be your next 3 months, all the way through until the end of December to welcome in the new year. I've created a completely new spread for this reading, so we're going to see what is the actual energy over the next 3 months. So let's see, what's the current energy for October? Freedom. We love that. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So it's like you're setting yourself free in the month of October from something. You have the power to do so. November's theme is regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So letting go of the regret, letting go of the past may actually help you to find some freedom. And December, what is December's theme? Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. This one always reminds me of like a patchwork quilt for some reason, but I do love that if you are disciplined enough, you will find exactly what you're looking for. So I get the sense that we are longing for freedom from the past, and that it's going to take some discipline over the next 3 months in order to find the freedom that we're looking for. How is love treating us over the next 3 months? Let's see what we have going on. What are your feelings about love in October? All right, that we're letting go of self-sabotaging behavior. Definitely some things that could be holding us back. That gives us a sense of freedom. Not regretting things from the past or narcissistic relationships, that we have to let go of the past, knowing that there is nothing else that can be done to change it going forward. And that there may have been too many options, so it's time to either choose wisely, or that you need to be disciplined to go after what it is that you really want out of love. So if there's some sort of unconventional stringing along or somebody dangling a carrot in love, that's not really what we're looking for ultimately, and it takes discipline to not settle for less than you deserve. All right, career and money. What is the current situation? Let's see, what did we get? Several cards that fell out. All right, so current situation is there's a lot of delays or maybe even some creative blocks for October. That could be something that we're really struggling with, and that we need to kind of come up with creative solutions, or that we have to realize that the delays are worth it in the end, that there's a reason for the delays. All right, what is the blocks that we could be facing over the next 3 months for our finances? Love could be a block. That's interesting. So maybe your love life is actually spilling over into your career. That could be an issue, especially if it's like an office romance or something like that. Or if there is somebody that maybe in your life is kind of cold, or a narcissist, or somebody who really kind of drags your energy down. I feel like that could absolutely be a hindrance for your finances going forward. What else do we need to know? What action is needing to be taken over the next 3 months? That you have some sort of breakthrough. So we have delays, but they're going to give way to some sort of new opportunity. You have 3 aces here. So 3 aces, all talking about new beginnings. So when it comes to work, I feel like whatever creative blocks that you're going to be dealing with over the next 3 months are actually going to give way to something that's not only very fulfilling, very emotionally fulfilling, but something where you get to use your passions, or you get to do the things that you really enjoy, and that you have some sort of creative breakthrough that's also coming. So all in all, I think that you need to almost like go back to the drawing board and figure out what it is that isn't working, so you can make adjustments, because you have some golden opportunities that are coming over the next few months. So the delays are going to prove necessary for you to actually accomplish what it is that you're trying to do. Interesting energy. All right, let's see what we need to know for our health, our mind, body, and our spirit. What do we need to know? What do we have for mind, body, and spirit? For our mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so we have freedom, and we also have forgiveness brings freedom. So I feel like this is something that we're really working towards, that we're trying to break the chains that bind, and that we are trying to allow the freedom to kind of flow within us. And that this is something that we may have been overthinking, that this might be really heavy on our mind, that we need to really actually let go of these things in order to gain a sense of freedom. And I feel like that's kind of what's holding things up for you to actually be successful right now, is overthinking the things that you should really be letting go of. So if you feel like you self-sabotage, if there is some sort of persistence consistent cycle that you're working on trying to let go of in the month of October. I feel like if you're able to start letting go of these things, it brings you the freedom and the peace of mind that you're looking for. All right, we have, let's see, body. So I am the light in the world. I feel like, okay, and so I'm going to use myself as an example because I am a Pisces sun. So there's a lot of days, today being one of them, that I didn't want to get out of bed, that I didn't want to, put on makeup, do my hair, put on something that looked nice, and do a bunch of videos because it's Monday and I'm tired and it's been a long week, right? But we need to show ourselves. We need to be the light in the world for others. So sometimes others hold the light for us when we're in darkness, and other times it's us that holds the light for others, or vice versa, however that resonates. But that we need to shine our light, that we need to actually be our true authentic self. There's lots of days that I film a lot of stuff and I film it behind the camera because I'm literally too exhausted to even want to, do this. And I'm not wearing that much makeup or anything, but it's just the effort that's required. So I almost get the sense that because you've dealt with a lot of negativity, especially where it relates to your love life, maybe even your work life, that this has really kind of done a number on you, and that you feel like you want to be a recluse, that you don't want to shine, that you've had to dim your light for people. And this is telling you that that's no longer a possibility, that you're going to have to step out of that comfort zone, that you're going to have to fulfill these shoes, fulfill this calling that you have, and be the light in the world, because you're helping other people. You're showing other people that they can do this too. And so that's really what it's about, is that it's not just about you. You're affecting other people with your energy, so that we have to put out that positive energy because we're trying to shift the consciousness. We're trying to make the world a better place. My mom always used to say, be the change that you want to see in the world, because it starts with you. All right, so remember that your sensitivity is a gift over the next 3 months. I've been called sensitive my entire life. I am sensitive. I'm an empath. I feel other people's energy and emotions. And sometimes it really does kind of bog me down. It does make me feel kind of crappy, kind of vulnerable. But our sensitivity is a gift. Not everybody can feel what we feel, especially if you're psychic, especially if you're a medium. If you're an empath, you might just be sensitive to the energy of the environment that you're in. So this may be something that you want to kind of be disciplined, that you're not going to let it affect you in a negative way, that you're going to use your sensitivity to actually help other people along their journey, and that you have some sort of actual breakthrough in this situation. All right, let's see what we have for our home life. What is the current situation over the next 3 months for our home life? What do we need to know? All right, that we're healing from some sort of heartbreak, and that's going to bring us the freedom that we're looking for. We're overcoming the pain. We're overcoming the grief. We're overcoming pulling the swords out of our own back, from all the pain, especially if you've dealt with a lot of negativity. And I really strongly get that there's been a lot of self-sabotage. There's been a lot of fear. There's been a lot of setbacks. There's been a lot of delays. There's been a lot of regret. You have to put your best foot forward every single day, whether you want to or whether you don't. And you've got to start working on healing. What is the current block over the next 3 months? All right, so that you need to start sticking up for yourself. I also have struggled with this most of my life. I've been what people would refer to as a doormat. I'm too nice to people. I let people manipulate me. I've let people walk all over me, use me for freaking a place to live, money, all of these different things, right? And I finally had to get to the point where my darkness had to come to the surface, and I had to set very strong boundaries with people and say, no, you're not going to do this any longer. Why? Because I deserve to be treated with respect and dignity and all of those things, just like anybody else does. So I have to have some boundaries. So stick up for yourself over these next 3 months. That may look like you're being a little bitchy or a little sassy or a little cruel or a little bit mean. But the truth of the matter is that most of these people know exactly what they're doing to you, and that they have zero remorse or regret. So why should you? You need to stick up for yourself. You need to have boundaries, and you need to defend yourself and your beliefs. All right, what is the action that's needed over the next 3 months? That we need to listen to our intuition. I would strongly bet that any Pisces who watches this video is going to go, my intuition is definitely my superpower, right? Your intuition is what's going to keep you safe. It's going to guide you where you need to be. It's going to keep you safe from danger, from harm, from people, from situations. And when we ignore those things is when we tend to have these issues with boundaries. So I feel like if you are listening to your intuition and you're not ignoring it, that things go a lot smoother. But if you are ignoring that for any reason, that could be an issue. All right, our shadow self. What are some hidden blocks over the next 3 months that we need to work on? Hidden blocks for the Pisces. All right, that you feel like hope is lost. So there's some sort of wish fulfillment, some sort of goal, some sort of, they're giving me the words magical entity. How bizarre. So there's something that you felt like it was magical, or that you wished on a shooting star for, or that you really had hopes that this thing would come in. And for whatever reason, those hopes were dashed. So let's see if we can find the light again. What is the resolution? All right, so I feel like you need to walk away from the things that were toxic, especially relationships, and that you need to keep hope alive that the right situation, especially for love, is out there. That if you had high hopes that maybe you wanted to be with a specific someone and that didn't work out, walk away from those. There's a delay for a reason. Maybe this wasn't the right situation for you and that there's something better trying to come in. So don't lose hope that it's possible. What fears do we need to face this month or the next 3 months? All right. The fear of change could definitely be something that we are avoiding. Maybe we don't want things to really change. And so that might be something that we have to actually, give me the word analyze. So think about it. What actually needs to change? You can avoid a tower moment by truly working through the things that scare you. That's kind of the whole purpose of shadow work. What action do we need to face our fears? King of Coins. So I feel like your fear is mostly financially based. So the fear of change has to do with finances. And I feel like that if you are making necessary changes of what doesn't work, kind of taking stock, really seeing what the truth is and kind of sticking up for yourself and having some boundaries, walking away from the situations that aren't working, that aren't good for you, then you start to become quite successful. Why? Because people gravitate towards people who are actually successful, who have boundaries, who are very business focused. And I feel like that's you over the next 3 months. I can relate to that message on a personal level. I feel like my work goals are kind of what I'm after right now. That, you know, everything else is kind of on the back burner, that I have the rest of the things that I kind of need, but my work goals are where my passions actually are right now. So I feel like in order for you to be successful, that slow and steady is going to win the race over the next 3 months. And that as much as we sometimes want to rush things, that we can't always rush what we want to be successful. So let's see, what is our final outcome for the next 3 months? What do we need to know for Pisces? All right. So there will be some sort of communication. I feel like this is either you learning to communicate effectively. It could be somebody that's trying to come in with some sort of love offer. We do have the Ace of Cups here as well. And I feel like there's some sort of freedom, some sort of letting go of all of these things that have been negative self-talk, negative relationships, standing up for yourself, defending, you know, what you want, healing your heart, walking away from a lot of stuff. I see a lot of change happening for the Pisces in the collective. So it's time to embrace who you are, whether that's makeup, whether that's no makeup, whether that's shining your light in public, whether that's shining it behind the scenes. I feel like we need to keep hope alive that things can change for the better, and maybe the change really does begin with you. So take the steps that you feel guided to take. Know that if you have some sort of setback or delay, that it's for a reason and that things are being coordinated behind the scenes for you, but that this is a time for you to actually start to change what does not work so that you can go towards your success. And I feel like communication is really something that's going to be part of your purpose. Maybe it's you're supposed to be a writer, a public speaker. Maybe you have a channel that you also do some sort of public speaking, read tarot, whatever it is that you do, communication is something that's going to be what you use going forward for your purpose over the next 3 months. That's what we have for you. I hope it helps. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you soon.